Hi everyone. So in my last video, I had mentioned that I would be looking to see if the S&P 500 price point would hit this red line right here, which is the 200-day moving average. And this is what happened yesterday. As you can see here, the S&P hit the red line. It bounced right off, still finished pretty low. We were down 0.58%. And for those who are new to investing or to reading charts, each of these bars right here, these bars that are in red and white, these are called candlesticks, and they represent what happens in the market on each given day. So red bars mean down, white bars mean up. There are black bars too, but generally speaking, you see red and white. And you can see here yesterday, which was Monday, the market went all the way down from about 2080 and it closed at 2067. So, I mean, this is what makes stock market investing so interesting to me and so much fun, even though it can sometimes be painful, which is you kind of have to interpret these lines and events and try to anticipate and see what happens. But yesterday I took about a quarter or 25% of my positions. I sold them. I took them off the table. And that's because we've been getting this downtrend for the last week. And what you can see here is these red bars, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've had 5 down days in a row. So today, Tuesday, I anticipated being an up day, if for no other reason than we've had so many straight down days, and we're also right at the bottom of this long channel that you can see here going diagonally across the screen. Markets don't go straight up, they don't go straight down. We've had 5 down days in a row, so chances are we're going to get a bounce today, possibly even a strong bounce. Having said that, though, we still have to wait and see what happens the following day. Today is Tuesday. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve has its Federal Open Market Committee meeting with Janet Yellen, and that happens usually, I think it's about once a month or once every 2 months. And on those days, the markets tend to be extremely volatile and extremely unpredictable. So the bottom line is we've got 5 down days in a row. I sold 25% of my position. I'm still long the majority of my position, but we still have to wait and see. And this, by the way, is what makes investing so difficult and predicting investing so difficult. You probably have a lot of people who, if this market continues to go down, will do one of two things. You'll have one type of person, let's say that a week or 2 weeks from now, we're all the way down here, like in the 2000 region. The first type of person will say, well, you should have sold when the market was at 2100. That's when you should have sold. Okay, well, that's wonderful. That's great. But why didn't you tell me then? And you're kind of telling me now. When the market's down at 2000 and you're telling me that you should have sold at 2100, that's great news, but where were you at 2100? Most likely they didn't say anything. The second type of person will say, well, you should sell, you should sell, you should sell, you should sell. In other words, this person is what they call in the market a perma-bear. So anytime the market goes down, they say, okay, well, now we're going to have a 10% correction, so now is the time to sell. And then the market will go back up, and they'll say, okay, well, now is the time to sell. And the market will go back up, and they'll say, okay, no, now is the time to sell. We're going to have a 10% correction. And some of these people have been saying this literally for the last 6 years. But if you're constantly saying, now's the time, sell, 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 At some point, you're going to be right. So let's say in 2 weeks we're down here. At that point, they'll say, well, see, I told you so. I told you you should sell. I've been saying it, and now it's come true. Okay, well, that's great, but you've been telling me that I should sell all the way back at 1600 or 1800 on the S&P. And if you just say that and that only, then you've missed out on this huge ride. So it's what makes investing and predicting the stock market so difficult. My preference is rather than trying to predict in advance what will happen, to basically follow the market's lead. So if the market is telling us that it's going to want to keep going up, then I'll put my longs back on the table. If the market confirms that we're in a downtrend, then I'll sell more. But rather than trying to predict in advance, I find that it's better over the long term at least to follow the market's lead and go from there. So at this point, I think the market can probably do one of three different things. The most painful thing the market can do is shoot straight up from here. So again, we're at 2067. I could imagine one scenario where the market just shoots up. It doesn't give anyone really much of a chance to catch up. It breaks into brand new highs. Let's say it shoots all the way up to like 2150, 2160, something like that. So then we're up here. Everyone thinks it's a new bull market, and we're going to be riding high to 3,000, and suddenly the market crashes. So one scenario is a parabolic move up to new highs followed by a quick crash and then a confirmed downtrend. So that's one possibility. A second possibility is that the market bounces up to say like 2100 or so, maybe somewhere in this blue line, but then it can't really hold. It quickly goes back down. It goes below this red line and it confirms a downtrend. And then we're looking at, somewhere well below 2000. So that's a second possibility, and we wouldn't really know that until the end of the week. And then the third possibility is that the market does what it's been doing all year, what it's been doing for the last 3 years, which is that it just grinds higher. And it continues and it bounces off and it kind of muddles around for a while. It doesn't go parabolic, but it just kind of continues to grind a little bit higher every day. And then for the next another, 3 months, 2 to 3 months or so, we just keep on grinding higher. That I think would be probably the quote unquote pain trade, meaning that's probably the possibility that a lot of people are not expecting or anticipating. But again, we'll just have to see. In this market, it's all about wait and see, wait for confirmation. And Monday, we did confirm another touch of the red line here, but just as the market does, it made it very difficult for everyone. It didn't decide what it wants to do. So today, like I said, we'll probably shoot up a little bit higher, but then it's really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next Monday that we're really going to get more information about which way the market wants to go.